Welcome back to my studio. Today I am painting a little kitty in this scene, a little garden scene. He's sitting in the chair, and eventually I'm going to have a little hummingbird over here that he's watching very intently. He's keeping watch over the garden. So I've mixed a couple of mixtures of burnt umber and white. This is a color that I only use occasionally. Normally I mix all of my browns and stuff, but this is perfect for the colorations on our big guy here. So I just start working him in. I had originally sketched him in with a mixture of my mud plus liquid original. I do that. All of my paintings I start out with that basic mixture sketch, and then it dries overnight, and then that way I have my sketch. I don't have to worry about it. If I paint over it and I don't like what I've painted, I can just lift off what I've painted and I have my sketch remaining. So this is our little guy here. He's just keeping watch over the garden. We just kind of work this color in. His legs are dark blue, or dark. And again, this is called a snowshoe kitty. My collector, Jenna, wants to, she had a Siamese cat. She has several animals. And so we usually, when I do paintings for her, we add some of the critters in. This is then going to be a little bit lighter here. I love their markings, and this guy's really fluffy. Now he's a little bit, I want a shadow here. The light's coming in from the left, so his head casts a shadow down over the shoulder. Then his little feet are, call them snowshoes because they have white feet. This is a smaller painting. I've done it on a cradled panel. It's made by Ampersand. You can get these at Dick Blick or Cheap Joe's or Jerry's Artorama, and they're really nice to paint on. And I usually go ahead, they are primed already, but I add another coat of let's see, it's Liquitex acrylic basics, and it's just kind of just helps just give a little more texture to the canvas and makes it a little bit slicker. I like that because then I can, when I'm doing my initial wash-in sketch, I can lift off some of the, if I have an errant line or something, it makes it very easy to lift off. Now I've saved some of my colors from my Adirondack chair. It's phthalo blue plus white. And we just get a little shadow under his paws there. And we'll make the, mix of here. I'm mixing a little bit of my mud, which is 2 parts of ultramarine blue and 1 part of alizarin crimson plus liquid original. And this just gives me, again, it's just a dark, kind of a deep purple, but it gives me just that oil wash that I can come back in and add some of these details. It's easier to make the finer lines. It's got a little bit dark on that other side, but I can just come back in and so. Too much paint on my brush. Let's get some of this color here. Go smooth those. Take it pure white. This is called a fine liner brush. I don't know if you can even buy these anymore. This is one that Jack used for sign painting. This brush is really old. He used this in college. And that was like in the late 1950s. brush is almost as old as I am. Jack was in college when I was born. Yeah. There was a little bit of age difference between us, 22 years, but we were just soulmates, totally compatible. And he taught me all I know about painting. Let's get a little more white highlight on there. But he put himself through college doing various jobs. He worked in a shoe store, and then he also worked as a sign painter. There we go. Okay, now his ears are, this is ivory black. And we get some dark up in here. On his face, he's got some of the black. And that works then into more of the burnt umber. The black kind of goes into the brown. It really helps having had this wash in. I've got a pattern to follow. It's a little lighter in here. Just soften that transition just a little bit. His fur. And then his face is white. A shadow in here. Sides in shadow. Little bit of shadow under here. Now his eyes, I'm going to use cobalt blue. Cobalt blue plus white. And then the light is coming in. Let's see, let's go ahead and put a little bit of a lighter edge over here. The light's coming in from the left, so the iris of the eye is just a little bit lighter on this side. And his pupil, they have kind of a slit-like pupil. Now he's looking over here, so we want to put his pupil kind of a slit. So he's looking that way. And then there's a little catch light just right here on the upper right, about 11 o'clock. So he's watching that. He's going to be watching this hummingbird over here. Get his little... and his little pink on his nose here. This is just alizarin crimson plus white. So I've got him blocked in. I've got to come back and do more detail. But that's just kind of how I get him blocked in and the colors I use. And I just thank you for watching my YouTube videos. I'll show you a picture of him when he's got him finished. It's going to take me a while. But just wanted to show you how I get him blocked in. So you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much. Please visit my blog. The link is in the description below. You can subscribe to my blog as well as my YouTube videos. And you'll receive an email every time I post a new one. So you just have a great day and happy painting.